It's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
Don't wait on nobody else to make it.
Just about 8 miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic, we are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from South Florida. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch. And
oh, they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
Prior to the opening kickoff, the home crowd is rocking. They're on their feet cheering. Well, one play in, got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to him, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Hill brought in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking...
Oh, big hole left side. And he will go all the way. Tim Patrick, touchdown Detroit. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. That's taken in by Achane. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the gun, here's Tua. Looking for Berrios downfield. And that is incomplete.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
Man in motion is Berrios. Tua now on 3rd down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Raymond going to return it, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Lions offense ready for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so we'll try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 13 yards to start that drive, and a quick 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And that's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. First carry for David Montgomery. And he's going to have that 1st down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. This one caught by Patrick. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Tyrell Dodson. He gets free. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Miami. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver, and once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. It's up and through. And the Dolphins will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on first down. Catch is made by Wright. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Goff. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Patrick motioning here. On 1st down, it's Goff. Quick slant taken in by Amon-Ra. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Let's go now, let's go. Here we go.
2nd and a yard. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, You better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Goff. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Let's go do this. Get it done.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. A dive, and he's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Now a screen set up for Achane. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's very close to first down yardage. They're going to mark him shy, though, at the 48.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Sending it deep for Waddle. And he will score. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Sanders here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Lions offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Goff to throw. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Now, Goff. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. On second down, Goff. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Goff to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball and keep that to a short gain.
One final throw before the break. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And At this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. His throw left side is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. In motion, it's Waddle. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Jack Campbell, the former 1st-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And he'll take this to about the 28. It was Derek Barnes with the stop. Third and 6. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. This brought in out past the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Goff going to get this out to St. Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Got a man left side. It's caught. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. This one caught by Patrick. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, This defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
First and goal, and here's Montgomery. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short, no gain.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question, 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
From the 2-yard line yet again, what can they do on 3rd and goal? They'll run with Montgomery, and he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line, and now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Dolphins' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. First and 10. Hill brought in motion. Tua going to give it to Achane. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's taken in by Achane. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Miami.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
Play action. Tagovailoa. You look wide, get this one complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Oh, no.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. From the pistol, here's Achan. And he'll get about 5. To throw on second down, it's Tua. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll try and run it here. It's Achan. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Carlton Davis.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
It's showtime, baby.
They'll drop to throw. Now a pass deep for St. Brown. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Detroit.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a 2-possession game here late.
Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Looking for Berrios downfield. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Third and long, and here's Tua. That is incomplete, and here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the first down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle him short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
Set to go now on first and 10. A run up the gut with Montgomery. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts, and it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. They'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. How we eat. Let's go, baby. Get them going, baby. Hey, Don. Let's focus in on what we gotta do. They gotta walk that walk, baby. Let's go. It's showtime, baby. Bring it. Come on, D. Come on, D. Ready? Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. You gonna get this boy? You think you gonna get this? We ain't giving up nothing today. You think you gonna get?
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
There's gotta be patience. We'll be all right. It's gotta be patient. Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Freeze it. Let's go, guys. Come on. Here we go. Solid. I'm trying to